I know, George, but sometimes it's hard.
It's not hard. It's your job to be Mrs. Banks.
And what is your job?
To pay for everything. What?
I was only going to kiss you.
Oh, all right. Are you going to say something to Mary Poppins about this afternoon?
I don't think so.
Very well. Just make sure she's doing things our way and not hers. What good are rules if you can bend them? We need a nanny who is disciplined and stern. With boys and girls, you don't befriend them. I fear that Mary Poppins has a lot to learn.
Being Mrs. Banks should be an easy role, and yet it's one which I don't seem to good at on the whole. I have a comfy home, I have a simple life, I have a name which tells the world I'm someone else's wife. Being Mrs. Banks, what does that entail? Facing tests of character, I always seem to fail. And as for his best people, well, I'd like to say no thanks. They're not exactly my idea of being Mrs. Banks. I still feel as if I'm dreaming. So much fun in just one day. When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band. I'm sure Nilius is beaming that she will stay. Good night, Nilius. Let's hope she will stay.
Winds do change, tides can turn, sink or swim, see what you learn. Me, I was told when I was small, just learn a trade. So I learned them all. Chim chimney, chim chim, cherry chim cheroo.
Morning, Bert. Swabbing the decks today, I see.
Gotta keep the street ship shape.
How's it going at number 17? All playing sailing with Mary Poppins, I trust.
Every voyage is a rough one.
Oh, Miss Lark, what those children need is a touch of the cat and a night on the yard of.
What those children need is a touch of happiness.
There before the guests arrive.
Everything's under control, Mom.
And what's about the cake?
Cooling on the tray, waiting to be iced.
And you're quite sure you know how to ice it?
Quite sure, and in case you're worried, I have not been exchanged by the fairy for a Tilden nincompoop.
No.
No.
Well then, I'll just go up and check the drawing room then.
I'd like to be helpful. Well, I'd like to be rich, but the good Lord thought otherwise.
Mother wants you in the drawing room.
Well, she can't have me. I've got enough on my plate as it is.
She said to tell Rivers and I what to do.
Does she indeed? Well, why don't I go and have a smoke near the gasworks for good measure?
Please, Mrs. Brill, I don't mind, honest.
All right, I will give you one task and one task only. And so help me, if you get this wrong, I will swing for you and sing as they pull the lever.
What is it, Mrs. Brill?
Put the icing tools next to the cake, and I'll need a bowl of hot water to warm them. I will make the icing as soon as I'm back.
Icing tools, hot water, cake. I will make the icing as soon as I'm back.
Now, do you think you can manage that?
Is that all?
For you, yes. For me, no. Once the cake's done, I have the sandwiches to make next because Madame wants them fresh. So I can't even start them until there's no time left to finish them. I swear, a slave in ancient Rome was on a pleasure cruise compared to my life in this house.
Well, don't just stand there, Robert's and I.
Right, no.
What are you looking for?
A bowl for the water.
Michael, why don't we make the icing? Because we don't know how. Don't be so feeble. And get the egg. If Miss Brill can do it, how hard can it be? There's eggs in icing that are on mine.
I don't think Mrs. Brill will thank you.
Then she will be guilty of great ingratitude.
Is it supposed to look like this? It doesn't look like this when Mrs. Brill makes it.
Don't be impertinent. Get the cake.
Honestly, Miss Jane, I was only trying to be helpful. If you would.
Mrs. Brill, go up and get ready. What have you done? Robertson I? Robertson I? Dear, should I call a doctor?
I don't think that will be necessary, ma'am.
How could you be so unkind when you know my party is this afternoon? You deserve some very nasty medicine. Just you wait till bedtime.
Oh, I don't think we should wait until then, ma'am. Why not go up and get changed? We'll clear up, won't we?
Well, I'm not ill and I won't take it.
In that, as in so many things, your information is faulty. Open.
But it's strawberry ice.
Now you.
I don't think I like strawberry ice.
I don't think I can. Open.
Lime cordial.
Now, Michael and I like to keep things neat. Jane.
Do we have to? Can we wait till Robertson I wakes up? He is a servant.
With that attitude, you'll go through a lot of stuff before you're old. Besides, in every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find the fun in enough. The jobs are gay, and every task you undertake becomes a piece of cake. But for me, it's very clear to see that a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. Oh, my point exactly. The honeybees that fetch the nectar from the flowers to the comb never tire of ever buzzing to and fro. And then they take a little nip from every flower that they sip. And they find their dog is on the ground. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. Cups and sauces, please. Spit spot. Is this how you usually do it, Michael? Rum punch, my favorite.
Poppins, you're a miracle worker. How did you get them to do it?
Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
The medicine?
sorry, ma'am. Apparently these came in this morning and Robertson, I forgot to give them to you. They're apologies, Mom, from your guests. They're not coming. None of them.
Oh, do you think we chose the wrong day?
No, ma'am. I think you chose the wrong people.
In a most delightful life. Where are we going today, Mary Poppins?
I thought we could play our next game.
Next game?
A visit to the bank.
That's not again. Did Daddy approve? If he did, you must have put the idea in his head somehow.
What an impertinent thing to say. Me, putting ideas into people's heads. Really?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Good morning. Great men have dreams of power and position, and it's our job to back them to the hilt. For shrewd investment and advice, they'll pay our price. The bedrock on which banks are built. Banks, a word. I see Evan Hustler is coming in again today. Have you made your decision?
I believe so, sir.
Good, good. Be sure it's the right one.
In every transaction, credit or debt, sheets are all well balanced, targets are met.
Have blanks. What objections can you have? My security is more than adequate, and Latin America is an expanding market. What is the matter? Have no courage!
But what I can't seem to grasp is what exactly is your final product?
What do you think? Money, of course!
Ah, yes, money. But making money out of money, is that enough?
Are you man enough to be a banker? A man has dreams of building an empire to make his name in many distant lands. And in this world, I've been told, we'll soon strike gold. Let's seize that chance with both our hands.
Assessing the market, limit the risk, little room for error. Business is brisk.
Have you come to your decision, Mr. Banks? Does it sound like good people whose future depends on you?
I know that.
Give us this chance. You won't regret it. The factory could be opening in weeks and expanding before the year's out. Please, Mr. Banks, I'll give it everything I got. Believe me.
I do believe you, and I've tried to find a way, but there's just not the collateral.
What about my workforce? Decent men who want a better life. They're my collateral. My men have dreams to earn an honest living, a wife and kids, a home to call their own. If you invest in us today, it paves the way. I promise we'd repay the loan.
I'm sorry, Mr. Northford, but
Hello, Daddy.
what on earth are you doing here? Can't you see I'm busy?
No, we're done, and no man should be too busy for his own children. What have you come here for, young man? Have you come for some money as well?
Hardly. What would he need money for?
Never too early to learn its value.
Well, I know the value of this. It's expense.
No, that's its worth. Its value is in how you spend it. Do good and may you have good luck.
And what do you say to Mr. Northbrook?
Thank you.
I'll wait outside.
What is the meaning of this? Really, Mary Poppins? I am not without a sense of humor.
Aren't you, Daddy?
No, I'm not. But when I was a little boy, I would have never dared interrupt my father.
Were you ever a little boy?
Of course I was. But my nanny, Miss Andrew, kept me well out of my father's way, and he'd have been very annoyed if she hadn't.
What about your mother?
I shouldn't think I saw either of them more than once a week.
Didn't they mind?
Mind? They were glad to be rid of me. What?
Poor Daddy.
Poor? What do you mean, poor? That's what made me the man I am today. Eh, Mary Poppins?
Yes, I am afraid it did.
That's enough. You've seen where I work, and I have a great deal to do.
Daddy, when you invest in the bank's money, what are you looking for? A good man or a good idea?
I suppose I should say a good idea, but a good man is much rarer and far more valuable. Mr. Von Hustler, I have considered your arguments, but I'm afraid my answer is no.
So you don't recognize a good idea?
Perhaps not, but I recognize a good man when I see one.
You will regret this, Al Banks!
A man has dreams that life hasn't broken. A man has hopes, ambitions to fulfill. A man you're certain at first glance deserves a chance. Mr. Northbrook, when could your factory open?
Thank you, sir. You won't regret it.
For your information, she's not the least bit horrible.
But she's just a bundle of rags.
When we learn to live past what you say. Early each day to the steps of St. Paul's, the little old bird woman comes. In her own special way to the people she calls. Come by my bags full of crumbs. Come feed the little birds, show them you care, and you'll be glad if you do. Their young ones are hungry, their nests are so bare, all it takes
Really, you don't say. Well, here she is now. You can tell her yourself.
Isn't that Miss Lockstall, Willoughby?
Don't interrupt when someone's barking. You were saying? Really? Well, if she keeps wandering off like that, it'd be better you kept her on a lead.
Willoughby!
Oh, look. Here she comes now.
Willoughby, it's all right. Mommy, say sometimes you think you can talk. Oh.
But can Willoughby really talk?
Of course he can. Getting him to stop is the problem.
Well, how do you not speak dog? How do you think? You've got to master the grammar.
Practice when you can.
And word mongrels. Far
Far
too much slang. Now come along. I can't stand here all day. Talking shop?
Talking shop. What silly expression?
There's nothing silly about it in the least.
What do you buy at a talking shop?
Conversations, of course.
Well, I've never seen a talking shop.
That's because there's only one, and it belongs to Mrs. Corey.
Who's Mrs. Corey?
Who's Mrs. Corey? Mrs. Corey is older than anybody in the whole world. She talked to William before he went conquering, Vlad before he went impaling, and Alexander before he went so great.
We'll have to call her up at a shop in the park.
There's no shop in the park.
Remember, anything can happen if you let it.
That's it! I've run out of conversations.
Good day to you, Mrs. Corey.
Well, it's Mary Poppins and Jane and Michael Banks.
She knows us.
And how is poor little Georgie?
Who?
Georgie Banks, your father. He used to give his nanny the slip and come into my shop in secret.
But it can't have been the same thing. Banks. It would have been 40.
And no one can remember back that father. Listen, dearie, I remember everything. I remember Georgie used to love my gingerbread. I wonder if we got any left today. Annie, Fanny, look lively. Ah, gingerbread pieces with gingerbread stars. Georgie always saved his stars. Now, Mary Poppins, what may I do for you?
Well, I did want to announce conversations.
I'm out of conversations. I'm running out of words, too. You see, we've had a lot of chatterboxes in here today. But let me see what we've got left. You do have some letters. And a little bit of back chat. And Alex, you say? That'll be 15 letters. Go on, take your pick.
Jane, you can choose 7.
I've got to D, G, R, U, C, L, and I. They're no good. You can't make a conversation out of them.
Your turn, Michael. 7 more.
A, F, S, O, E, and P.
And I will choose an X. Now, what words can we spell with these?
Well, I see dog and cat. Rotoplex, that's 9.
Lapterophis, that's 11. Nearly there.
Those don't count. You made them up. And where do you think words came from in the first place? Somebody had to make them up.
You know, you can always use the same letters more than one. Let's see. Supercalifragilistic, expialidocious. That's not a word. Of course it's a word. And unless I'm very much mistaken, I think it's going to prove a rather useful one. When trying to express oneself, it's frankly quite absurd to make the lengthy lexicons to find the perfect word. A little spontaneity keeps conversations keen. You need to find a way to say precisely what you mean. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say When Stone Age men were chatting, simply grunting would suffice.
Though if they'd heard this word, they might have used it once or twice.
I'm sure Egyptian pharaohs would have crossed it in a gist. Then every single pyramid would bear this hieroglyph. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you say it.
Add some further flourishes and pseudo-cococious.
Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Diddle-diddle-diddle-lie, 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 diddle-diddle-diddle-lie.
The Druids could have carved it on their mighty monoliths.
The ancient Greeks, I'm certain, would have used it in their myths.
Then sure the Roman Empire only entered the abyss. Because those legend scholars never had a word like this.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
If you say it softly, the effect can be hypnosis.
Check your breath before you speak in case it's halitosis.
What? Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Diddle-diddle-diddle-lie, 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 diddle-diddle-diddle-lie.
Of course, you can't say it backwards, which is CDI, subsidiary, believus.
She may be tricky, but she's bloody good.
So when the cat has got your tongue, there's no need for dismay. Just sum it up with a word, and then you've got a lot to say.
Pick out those 18 consonants and 16 vowels as well, and put them in an order which is very hard to spell.
S-U-P-E-R C-A-L-I-F
F
R-A-G-I-L
L
I-S-T-I-C-E-X-P-I-A-L-I-D L-C-I-O-U-S
Smarty pants.
S-U-P-E-R
C-A-L-I-F R-A-G-I-L I-S-T-I-C-E-X-P-I-A-L-I-D O-C-I-O-U-S
S-U-P-E-R
S-U-P-E-R C-A-L-I-F R-A-G-I-L I-S-T-I-C-E-X-P-I-A-L-I-D O-C-I-O-U-S
Here we go.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilistic, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
The wind may blow, but who's to know exactly what it's bringing? Good news or bad, happy or sad, the pendulum keeps swinging.
Right, put the steps there and stand back. You are never to come near that basin or no one else but me neither. That is an heirloom. And